Hello, welcome to Meal with Vision. Glad to see you tuning in. We appreciate you tuning in. Thank you. Have a very sensitive topic again tonight. We're talking about privilege in America. Now, most of you know that the scale seems to be tilted in one direction when it comes to privilege in America. Now, if you don't believe it, got something we want you to check out. Take a look at this.
Winner of this race will take this. A $100 bill. Before I say go, I'm going to make a couple statements. If those statements apply to you, I want you to take 2 steps forward. If those statements don't apply to you, I want you to stay right where you're at. Take 2 steps forward if both of your parents are still married. Take 2 steps forward if you grew up with a father figure in the home. Take 2 steps forward if you had access to a private education. Take 2 steps forward if you had access to a free tutor growing up. Take 2 steps forward if you've never had to worry about your cell phone being shut off. Take 2 steps forward if you never had to help mom or dad with the bills. Take 2 steps forward if it wasn't because of your athletic ability, you don't have to pay for college. Take 2 steps forward if you never wondered where your next meal was going to come from. I want you guys up here in the front just to turn around and look. Every statement I've made has nothing to do with anything any of you have done. Has nothing to do with decisions you've made. Everything I've said has nothing to do with what you've done. We all know these people up here have a better opportunity to win this $100. Does that mean these people back here can't race? No. We would be foolish to not realize we've been given more opportunity. We don't want to recognize that we've been given a head start. But the reality is we have.
Wow, how about that? Interesting stuff there. So we're going to jump in here. We're going to talk about this subject. With me, I have my brother, Wade Gordon, pretty boy down there at Granger. This is some tough stuff tonight, guys. So let's talk about this. What is privilege? Now, by definition, I wrote down this definition. It's a special right or advantage, or immunity granted or available only to a particular person or group of people. All right? With that in mind, let's open this thing up. What is privilege?
Well, to me, when I think about privilege, I don't necessarily look at it in terms of black and white. I see privilege as being, just as defined. It's a privilege. You think about the prominent families in America, from the Kennedys, the Rockefellers, even flipping it up to some current ones, the Obamas, the Johnsons. These are all families who enjoy privilege. So when you think of privilege is in my mind it's a good thing, and shouldn't be looked at anything more than what it is.
Interesting.
What
is privilege?
Because I'm over here, I'm a little.
Yeah, you look like you're about to jump out of the seat over there. What is privilege?
Well, don't get me wrong. I do agree with my brother here, Mr. Granger, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Even though you don't look at it as a black and white thing, I'm gonna discuss the elephant in the room. It really is. I mean, we do have some situations where, and I'm looking at from a percentage, angle, where it's some blacks, some well-off blacks, and their children may get a chance to have more privileges. But let's look at the numbers. Look at the small percentage of blacks. When you look at versus the major percentage of whites. I mean, it's more of a systematic thing when you look at it from that standpoint. It's a lot of children that grows up in America that's white that will have way more privileges and advantages in which they go hand in hand than a black child or a person of color.
But that's still, again, that doesn't make it necessarily a bad thing. I mean, like even from the from the clip that we just watched, I mean, true, the ones who were behind, majority of them were black,
Right.
but there were some white mixed in with that. And just like the ones who moved forward in the video, majority of them were white. But again, if given opportunity to take advantage of a situation, whether you're black, white, Hispanic, what have you, you would take advantage of that. So we're calling this privilege, but from where we're from, we take the hook up. So what's the difference?
But the key words you said was opportunity. A lot of our children, or I would say in the black community, or people of color, doesn't get that chance. They don't get the opportunity, to be able to have the kind of prosperity that they may want in their life. I mean, chances are, or we can even go a little further and say they may get one opportunity where the average white may get several opportunities. If you don't take advantage of that one opportunity, chances are, you're not gonna have that kind of success in life. Versus a white, they have several opportunities. I mean, just to give you some statistics, the average white male that graduates from college has a 75% chance of getting a pretty good job. Take the average black male that graduates from college, they only have 35% chance of getting a good job. So I see that as privilege,
But again, the way you come into it, you have to set yourself up for it. And now I'm not saying this absent of our country's history, but what I'm saying is we're at a place in 2017 where, in my opinion, if we want it, we can go get it. If we want it, we can go get it. And once we have it, then you set yourself up in a position to say, hey, I can now grant you this opportunity, or I can take this away from you. That's all it is. It's just a privilege. No, favor isn't fair.
But is it really just a privilege?
that's my thing. I mean, let's look at it from a standpoint of, if I go out and work hard, and I work really hard, most people would say he deserves, this.
Okay.
But that doesn't happen for the average black man. They work hard. I'm talking about really hard. They go to school, they do all the things the right way, and still don't experience this so-called American dream, because, we all base our lives almost, or we define success mostly off the things that we gain in life, whether it's in a career or financial or whatever. That's kind of how we see our lives. And we can work hard for years and never get a piece of that. Chris Rock is a comedian, and he's very wealthy. And he said out of his own mouth that a white man, an average white man, wouldn't trade places with him, and he's a rich black male. And it's because of the privilege that a white man, and I'm not trying to be racial, but it's just the elephant in the room. It's what happens in this country, you know?
I mean, saying that, is privilege racism though?
Well, honestly, a lot of the privilege comes from what happened in the past. You know, the past history of our country. You know, it's something I know that if we get to discussing, we can definitely get very deep into. But I feel like a lot of the privileges now that a lot of, you know, the white race benefit off of is because of our past history.
Yeah, see, there we go, man. It's always with this race card, and you know, it's not that. Just with the top man with privilege, it's if I have if there is an opportunity, and my son is standing here, and someone from some part of the world is unknown, and I have to give this position to someone, I'm going to give it to the person that I'm closest to. So you can't make that be racial. I mean, that's the whole setup of privilege. You know, you give as you see fit. Now, I can't undo the history of this country and how things are set up.
That's true.
But now that we have the playing field, and I'll give you the playing field isn't level, but there is a way for us to advance. And so, since there is a way for us to advance, once we make those advancements, you know, we set ourselves up the same way.
And I agree to disagree. Reason saying is because, again, you can take the average black male that graduates from college. He has to get a master's and possibly a doctorate, where the white male only sometimes just need a high school diploma. But should he graduate from college and get a bachelor's degree, then and I guess if we did the numbers, I guarantee you he would still be more prominent than majority of the black men that graduate with a master's or possibly a doctorate degree in college. If we did the numbers, I guarantee you, if we look at the success rate as far as, you know, job opportunities, I guarantee you the numbers of the white male will be higher than the black.
Well, I have to get off. I can't see, and maybe I don't know, maybe I've been smelling the roses a little too long, but I can't see a high school educated white male being put in a position of a person with a college education or at a master's level. They wouldn't even be able to compete for the same job. So that to me that's far fetched. That's far fetched, man. This country is set up such that I feel if you want it, you can get it.
So you're saying, God bless America, right? We're out of time. This is a great discussion. I appreciate you guys weighing in on this. I know it's a very sensitive topic. We don't mean to be offensive to anyone. These are our views and our opinions. We know you have your own. So leave us a comment, like, share, hit us up on Facebook or on our website, menvision.com. We'll see you next time.